Hello everyone. Okay, let's get this video filmed. Waffle Flowers March release, huge. Like, so many amazing new products. This was a big part of their Creativation release. Also why it was so big. Like, tons of good stuff. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. It took extra long getting to me because the package was completely destroyed in the process. However, props to USPS. I'm pretty sure it was them that like were able to like salvage the package and still got to me in the end. It was literally wrapped in like a plastic bag and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. There's a whole bunch of new amazing things. So we have this great Lilac Dreams stamp, kind of stamp set, because there's actually a sentiment as well. I really like this one because this is another one of those ones where it's like you could just heat emboss this with metallic embossing powders, you know, on some colored cardstock, etc. Add a little embellishment, whatever, and you're done. Like, great. Or you can like watercolor and do all that kind of stuff too, like, and have some fun with their hair. Like, I really like that. There's coordinating dies. I am very much a fan of Waffle Flowers packaging that they redid a few months ago. You can get the stamp sets and dies separately in standard packaging, or the combo sets have this vinyl packaging and there's literally like a piece in the middle, so you can have the dies on the one side, stamps on the other. I just love this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we have that. We have this one, which I've had people asking about. This set, it has been very popular. It's just one of those ones that just tugs at your heartstrings so much. So this is the Rainbow Bridge stamp set with the best sentiments. All the hugs until you meet again. It's not goodbye, so sorry for your loss. Until you meet again at the Rainbow Bridge, heartfelt sympathy on the loss of your furry friend, always in our hearts. No longer by your side, but forever in our heart, in your heart, thinking of you in your time of loss of a beloved family member. Like, I just want to cry. It's just, oh. So there's that, and then there's two dies. There's the Rainbow Bridge dog die and the Rainbow Bridge cat wafer die. And I've got, this is A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to give you an idea. So there is the dog one. And it even, I don't know if you guys see there's a little ear spot, and the release is actually right where his eye is, just to give it just that teensy little bit extra. That's a dog one. So I like that it's not a full card size. It's a little bit smaller, so it gives you a little bit more working room, if that makes sense. And then you can add, you know, the sentiments, etc. So there's the dog one, and then we have the cat one. And you can do, like, you know, you could sponge color behind this, or you could, you know, die cut from different colors of cardstock and insert it to make it the Rainbow Bridge. Like it's just, it's one of those ones. It's like, it's some, you know, we all need these. Like, we all have pets now. They're parts of our families, all those things, you know, people. Like, I think these were very well thought out, and but at the same time, it just makes me sad. So there's that set, and again, you can get sets, dies separately, or you can get it as like a combo set, and it all stores together. So we have that, and then we have some super cheerful, adorable stuff here. We have this adorable We Heard stamp set, and heard is in like herd, H-E-R-D. I love that. This just makes me smile. So you've got all these little characters. You have two different little clusters, herd of characters. So yeah, we heard it's your birthday, and all these little balloons. Is that not the cutest ever? And again, here, let me give you, there's an A2, the A2 cards. You can kind of get an idea. Like, this will really kind of take it up, and you could do it either way, you know, depending on what you want to do. And again, coordinating dies. The larger die sets now also, there is magnetic backing on here, which again, I'm loving. It keeps things extra organized, which I really, really, really like. I like a lot. So yeah, I am 2 thumbs up for Waffle Flowers, like packaging and just kind of restructuring all their stuff. I'm loving it so very much. So we've got that one. And then we've got the Be Him. Last month it was the Be Her set with the little characters that I already did a video on and thought was adorable. So now we have the Be Him one with more accessories and more little characters, which I get a giggle out of. And there's coordinating dies for all these guys and all their little accessories. I love the sunglasses, top hat, all of it. It's just cute. Love. So we have that one. We have this floral set. This is the XOXO floral set. So we've got just solid images that you can stamp in different colors. You've got the stems and the flowers and leaves and all that fun stuff. Coordinating dies for all of them as well. And even a little rectangle die for the XOXO. So it's really pretty, you know, really pretty. And then this one is another favorite, of course. I am obsessed with the Bouquet Builder stamps. This is Bouquet Builder 3. We've got 1 and 2 and now 3, and I love them. I love the size of them. Like, see how big that is? It's huge. I love it. I have a thing for large floral stamps. I don't know. It just, I can never have too many. There's never enough. So yeah, I love this one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, it is huge. That makes me happy because, again, stamp it and watercolor it. You could, if you really want to, you know, stamp it in the really light colors and then do the no line thing, which I don't have the patience for. But then every time I see someone do that with floral like sets like this, it literally does make me kind of stop in my tracks, and it's just like, wow, you know? But then again, you can also just stamp it and heat emboss it, add a sentiment and call it a day, because that's what I like to do. So you've got happy and birthday sentiments. There is a great big coordinating die set for this, and this coordinating die isn't just like, you know, your standard outline, like all of that, all those little inner pieces. I've said this before, I absolutely love when companies include that extra detail, even on one like this where there's not really much empty space in there, and yet the die is still going to cut out all those little inner pieces. That makes me so happy. So gorgeous, gorgeous die set, stamp set, makes Amy very happy. This is probably one of the first ones I'm going to reach for when I get some time to start creating. They're just, oh, love. So I got that one. And then we have 2 new character sets. I think I've said this in previous videos. I really love, these are by Camo, and she does all of these amazing, you know, characters for Wallflower. And there's something about the style of them that just, I absolutely love. And so with all of them, you can really mix and match and kind of add them all in, and they all just coordinate so well. So this one is the Tumble On. So you got like gymnastics themed little characters, and I love that. So they're all doing their thing, and you've got them, and then you've got the mat, etc. So then, you know, tumble, flip, and celebrate your birthday. Like, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Absolutely love this. I think it's just the cutest little thing ever. So, you know, we've got that coordinating wafer die set for this. And then the other one, which again, I just love this one, especially the little umpire. I think this is adorable. This is the batter stamp set. So yeah, swing batter, it's your birthday. Like, oh, I think this is so cute. And there's a thanks coach stamp in there. Love that. So perfect. Like, they're just such a good set. So you got that one. Coordinating dies for it as well. And then this one, I have a thing for hamsters. They absolutely make me laugh. So Waffle, I did the previous one with them, like, you know, the aerobic hamsters, which just makes me giggle every time I look at it. So now this one is the office birthday. So you got all these hamsters with donuts, a little like manager hamster, one with coffee. I think that's the cutest little thing ever. And then you've got little like accessories, which you could use without the hamsters too if you wanted to, like just office theme or whatever. So I think that's super, super cute. So yeah, happy B-Day from all of us. Love. Coordinating wafer dies for all of this. And then that actually gets into, I've kind of got everything piled up rather precariously here. Because I'll just leave this, because this goes really, really well with this wafer die set. So we have the box card wafer dies. So this is how like just the dies and stamps come if they're like just as is, not combos. So they just come like so. Again though, the die sets now have the magnetic backing, like everything's all rainbow and fabulous. So we have the box card wafer die. Like, just to give you an idea how big this is. The A2 size card, this is a big die. So you got this, so it looks like so. What you can do with it, you can either just leave it like, you know, do just a really big card and have it open like this, but it's actually meant, there's a score line right here. So you can score this and then decorate it as you want. And then it will, so you can have this on the outside or the inside of your card and it will open up. And then you can have like all your little characters, like if you wanted like all these little office characters, they could be popping out. Whoever, your gymnastics characters could be popping out. You can add, there's the little star and hearts, which are in a nice little row. So you can easily die cut from that, or you could just adhere them like this, just like so. So, you know, you can kind of decorate it and whatnot. And then there's these two wafer dies that don't look like much, but what they will do is you can die cut these from right here, and all it's going to do is it's going to die cut the two lines and a score line in the middle. So if you die cut that from there, when you open this up, it's going to pop up like that. So you have a taller one, and then there's the shorter one. It just depends on what you're using in the inside, so that when you do that, it's going to pop up and you can adhere your little characters or whatever, so that when you open the lid, that pops out. Little characters are literally like jumping out. Like, how cute is this? Absolutely love it. I think this is just the cutest little thing. So much fun. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So that is the box card die, just like so. So we've got that. Now let's get into all of the other dies that Waffle Flower has released. I have like little die cuts and everything. I know you guys like to see, I get a lot of requests to show the actual die cuts, not just the dies. So I spent a good chunk of time yesterday like die cutting everything so you guys could see it. So we have the Nesting Hearts die. Kind of quirky, almost more hand-drawn shapes. So you get all these shapes. The largest one will fill an A2 card, and then they just nest all the way down. All the way down to the smallest. Isn't that cute? So we have that one. And then we have, there are two stitching wafer dies. We have the stitched rose, and there is, if I can get it out of here, where is it hiding? Here it is. We have the stitch rose and the wave texture die. So these ones don't, this one doesn't die cut a shape, it die cuts the texture. Isn't that pretty? So you could just do like a pretty watercolor background, die cut that, add some little embellishments if you want in a sentiment, and you're good to go. Or this also makes me think of like how we used to always do, and I don't do very often anymore, but like the messy thread, you know, metallic threads or just regular thread, and you know, stick it on your card and put a sentiment over it. You could do this if you don't like messing around with the thread. Die cut that and then add a sentiment. That would look really cute too. My ideas are starting to roll. So we have that one. And then we also have, this is the wave texture die. This one is A2 sized. So A2 size, A2 size. So this will die cut this whole piece. It'll cover an A2 card front. And then you just have the fun wave texture. This would look really cute with balloons. Turn it sideways. You could have little swimming characters or little floating characters because it's just got that texture in it. So yeah, more ideas. Really fun. Got that one. And then we've got a couple of frame die sets. We have the ticket frame die. So it's a set of 3. So you have that one, that one, and that one. And the largest, you know, frames an A2 card. This one would work really good for just like labels and sentiments and all that. And then I kept these because I was like, hey, when you use them together, you end up with extra little, you could end up with extra little like mini frames that you can use for other things. I like extras. Extras make me happy. So there's those. So we have those ones with the ticket frame. And then we have the picture frames die set. So 3 wafer dies. The largest one frames an A2 card. There is, I don't know, can you guys see that? There's actually like, it cuts the frame and there's also just a really light little emboss line in the corners, like a frame. I'm immediately, all I think of is like, this is perfect for shaker cards. It's like the nice width too. So you could do an entire shaker card and easily add the foam tape without having to trim it down. Anything that makes it easier, I'm a fan of. So you have 3 sizes of this. You got the large one, there's the medium one, and then the smallest frame. This would look really, this is perfect for, you know, a sentiment, etc. So we have that die set. Let me get this one out of the way. And then we have 3 different stacks here of wafer dies. We have this speech bubbles die set. This set is huge. Whole bunch of speech bubbles. Here's my A2. The largest one is the size of an A2 card. So this would work really nice too for like scrapbooking and stuff because it's just massive. So yeah, this would look really cute though. Great big speech bubble depending on what you're doing. And then you open the card and have like a little character in the corner, you know? That would work really well. So you got the 3 largest nest and face that direction. And then the 3 medium nest and face this direction. I like that they switch it because depending on the card I'm making, what I'm doing, I like having options. And then the 4 smallest face the other direction again. Or no, those 2 do, and then they switch again. So I like how they alternate. And even you even got that little one for a little like, hi. So there's that one. And then these I didn't bother cutting out because it's pretty basic. We have the A2 layers and the A7 layers. The largest of the A2 is, that's what I die cut to create this. So it creates an A2. A7 is a 5x7, so this is a big die set. And you get a ton. There's 17 wafer dies in that. And this one is the same one. Then there's 20 in this one. So yeah. And the narrowest ones are perfect little sentiment strips, you know. Rectangle dies, even like they're the most boring, and yet rectangle dies are what I use the absolute most, because more often than not, I would much rather use a die than a paper cutter, even for like a card front, because I love that smooth pressure edge you get with die cutting versus using a paper cutter or anything like that. So I was really excited with these. I will use the A2 more than the A7 because I don't do 5x7 cards very often, but at the same time, that's kind of nice to have like all those layers. And especially if you struggle with getting like nice layers, you know, you want something just slightly smaller than an A2, you know, and it sometimes can be hard. Even I'm having a harder time eyeballing. So it's like, oh, you just grab the second smallest or second largest, die cut your piece, layer it, you're done. Like, and then last but certainly not least, we have this really cute one. This is the Animal Tags stamp set and coordinating wafer die. So you've got this funny looking little, you have a wafer die, there's an oval piece, there's also a square. You can add the square to add a little like sentiment. So it die cuts a piece like this. And there's a little slit that it die cuts as well so that you can actually close it. And then you can add the oval either to the face, you can add it to the body, because with the stamp set, you can create like a frog, you can create a little bear, you can create a little panda, you can make this into like a little like puppy dog, whatever. It just depends on what you're trying to create. And then he can hang on the edge of things, just like so. So what really works and helps to see it, like we have the frog face. So let's just kind of ink them up and stamp them on here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this could either be ears, or with this one, let's use some peeled paint. Isn't this cute? So you have a little froggy, and then you can add the little oval. Isn't that cute? Or you could do, die cut this from white, stamp it with black with the little face. You can use this to stamp the top to make the ears a different color. So yeah, just a cute little tag. I think it's just adorable. I like the options so that you're not just stuck with just one style. You can kind of do whatever. So yeah, there is Waffle Flowers March release. As always, I'll have links to everything in the description box below as well as on my blog. Stay tuned. I'll have videos coming, you know, using all this stuff. And stay tuned because Waffle Flower, like I said, they have been like retooling, and, you know, they did all those amazing swatch sets last year. They have all these plans. There's another really super cool silicone mat coming that I'm super excited about. So they were showing that at Creativation, and that's coming soon. We're getting close to the end of March, so it is coming soon. So there'll be more on that a little later. So thank you guys so much for watching and for subscribing and for thumbs upping. I really, really appreciate it. And I will be back soon with videos showing all the amazing things and ideas and all that stuff. So I will catch you guys in the next video.